Live life so that you create good vibes. The good vibes. Live life so that you radiate good vibes. The good vibes. Live life so that you generate good vibes. The good vibes. Live life so as to emanate good vibes. The good vibes. Spread the message of your life with good vibes. With good vibes. With good vibes. Welcome to the Good Vibes Podcast. Hey my friends, and welcome to this episode of the Good Vibes. I'm super excited that you are over here. Today we will continue on our journey of evolved learning. Evolved learning is when we learn from all the people in our lives and otherwise, all the things and experiences that we encounter. In general, we learn from life. So get pumped up now to feel alive with the good vibes. Hey my friends, and welcome to the Good Vibes. I'm your host Tushar, and today we'll be talking about how to do some activities with no results or expectations in mind, and why that is so beneficial and helpful. Let's get straight into the topic, because most of us work or do something, a particular thing, with a result in mind. So if we help someone, we expect them to reciprocate. If we do something, we expect something to happen. We are always in this give one, get one kind of mindset. And most of the time, that isn't really the most beneficial thing to do. Because when we go into something without expectations, we are happy with whatever happens, because we have no expectations. How this works is, let me give you an example to illustrate my point. So I had a friend who went to an amusement park for the first time, and he tried all the rides. He'd never been to an amusement park before. When he was 16 was the first time that he entered an amusement park. And as you can expect, his mind was blown by all the fascinating things that were happening around him. He was so overwhelmed by excitement and dopamine and the rush and everything. He was just really happy. And he loved the experience. So he wanted to go to an amusement park again. Now, the first time he entered, he had no expectations. No expectations in the sense, he didn't know what to expect. He must have thought that it is somewhat like this, but he didn't have a clear picture of how that amusement park is going to be. So in a way, he didn't know what was going to happen. In a way, he didn't have any expectations of what was going to happen. Of course, he knew he's going to have fun, but he didn't expect how much fun he's going to have. But that experience really blew his mind by the possibilities of adventure in an adventure park. So this was during our class picnic, and the next year we were going to go to the same amusement park again. And because he enjoyed himself so much the first time, he built up this anticipation of how amazing it's going to be, how he's going to do the rides again, how he's going to do the same thing again and feel so happy, feel like he felt the first time. So the second time he went with an expectation of how this amusement park is going to be. And as you would have it, I asked him, so which trip did you like better? Did you like the first one or the second one? He said, I liked the first one. I told him I knew it because the second time you went with an expectation of how it's going to be. And that's why you didn't enjoy it as much as the first trip. Because when you go with an expectation, many a times you're contemplating whether what's happening is according to how you want it, or is it going a little different from what you thought, or is it going completely different from what you thought. And in thinking that, you train your mind to be not really satisfied. You train it to be dissatisfied with what's happening, because you're always contemplating whether it's going good or it's going bad. And that's because you walk in with an expectation. Suppose I just give you a free air ticket to Macau or Hong Kong and you've never been there before. First time you go there, you'll be amazed by what's going to happen. You wouldn't have expected anything. You're going to see a completely new culture. You're going to see everything. You're going to be too busy absorbing rather than contemplating whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, whether it's going according to your wishes or not. You're going to just absorb and feel happy. That's the power. That's the power of having no expectations. So, you need to really experience it to feel it. Let me tell you that you need to have, this is what I have experienced recently, that when I have a few activities in my day with zero expectations attached to it, I get the maximum benefit. I get rewards like anything. And thereafter I do this activity without expectations for a sustained period of time. Let's say podcasting. Podcasting is an activity which I have taken up with zero expectations. It's a service. It's something I want to give to the world rather than ask something from it. I don't have an expectation of what I want to get from the people I'm speaking to. I don't have an expectation of how I want something to be or not to be, or how I would like all of whatever to do something for me. I don't have that expectation, and that's why it gives me maximum benefit, maximum results. Let me tell you how. I have a self-esteem boost every time I talk. I feel that I am adding value to the world. I feel that I'm being generous, and it creates a routine which is like really important for me to be disciplined. These things allow me to really feel the fruits of doing an activity with zero expectations in mind. Even swimming is an activity which I do with no expectations in mind. And many a times, these insights which I'm sharing with you are all because of swimming. Swimming, I went with no expectations of how it should be. First used to go with an expectation that it's tiring, but I took that out. I changed it, and now I just go to swim. And because I don't have anything associated with swimming, I don't want a result. I don't do it to be fit. I don't do it. I just do it to swim. It gives me the results such as good health. It gives me a healthy body. It uh, it helps my immune system because there's a lot of regular breathing in swimming, and regular breathing is really beneficial for your lymphatic system, and it keeps your immunity really strong. So it's giving me multiple benefits, but I don't go with a goal to do something. I just go to swim. You can do the same things with the relationships that you have in your life right now. Just if you view a person with zero expectations of anything from them, the smallest act of kindness that they do really warms up your heart. So if you take out expectations from someone or something that you have a certain amount of expectation formed, if you just remove the expectations, you see that you're happy with whatever they do and you're already content. You don't feel the need to change them. You don't feel the need to tell them that this needs to be better. Because when you have no expectations, anything you get is a bonus. So that was the message. To view life like everything you get is a bonus. Because in actuality, it is a bonus. When you don't expect anything, everything you get feels really, really nice. It feels really, really special. And it feels most importantly, it feels new. You don't have that repetition in your game again. You don't feel, okay, this is what I expect if you're going for a walk around a park and you expect how the park is. Take out that expectation. Act like you're going to a really, really new park. Have no expectations of how this park is going to be. And you're going to see some things which you usually miss. Because now you've opened your mind to something new. So that's the real key to the message. Don't go into something with what you already have. You're already filtering things out before they happen. That's what expectation does. Of course, it's beneficial sometimes. In many ways, it is beneficial. But when it becomes a habit, when it becomes a routine, it needs to be replaced with a new filter, or filter needs to be taken out, because we need to see life how it is without those expectations in our mind. Because you get my point over here. You see life in a new perspective. You see it and you feel alive again. That was the insight for today and the message for this podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Find a way to take out expectations in any area of your life. It could be when you're walking with your sibling or just talking with your sibling, having no expectations of the conversation. It could be just eating food without the expectation of how it's going to taste. It'll bring a new flavor. It'll feel new again. It could be having no expectations of a person or some quality which you've been upset about recently. Maybe someone's not doing something the way you want. If you just remove that expectation, the little that they do will make you happy. So it's another recipe for happiness, removing expectations. That's the message for today, my friends. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm enjoying this journey with all of you, and I hope to come up with more insights, powerful insights to shape this world into something better. I hope you found value from today's podcast. I'll meet you again next time. Hey my friends, did you enjoy this podcast? If you did, do rate, review and subscribe to it on iTunes or whichever app or application you are using. And if you feel someone in your life needs to hear this message, don't think twice about sharing it. Or if you feel this inspires you to record one of your own podcasts, go ahead and spread the good vibes. Spread the message of your life.